Ladies and gentlemen, how's it going? It's your boy Purple Slushy NFT. You know me, coming back with another video. As I talked about in yesterday's video, about a week ago, I created a list of NFTs since we are now in a bear market that I felt that would be good to invest into, because when the NFT goes into its next bull run, I believe that these projects will have room to grow and will have room to make money off of. The reason why I didn't make this video a week ago, because this was the first time I've ever done something like this, where I took a group of projects and I wanted to test to see if the information that I was giving was actually going to be worthwhile. And it turns out that the information was good. So it seems like I am getting better at understanding the NFT market, what trends to follow, and how the market moves. With all that being said, I'm going to show you today the projects that I talked about a week ago with an alpha Discord that I own myself. And let me know what you guys think about all of the projects at the end of the video. So getting into it, the first project that I talked about was Starcatchers. The reason why I thought Starcatchers would be a good move, I said here, Starcatchers has a nice entry point at 0.3. Their art is very unique. They underpromised and over-delivered with the gifts they added to their collection. Right now, if we check out Starcatchers, I believe this is one of the projects that actually has kind of stayed around what I thought that it would be at. Out of all the projects that I talked to, Starcatchers is the one that has gone down the most in value since I made this. So right now, Starcatchers right now is below 0.3. When I first made this call, they were at 0.3. A couple days after, they went up to, I believe, 3.2, and ever since then, they've kind of been going down. Right now, they're at 0.235. I still believe that this collection is super unique, and I feel like it has room to grow during the next bull run. This is going to be a project that you'll definitely want to keep your eye on. I don't recommend investing into it right now since we are in a bear market and the prices seem to be dipping on everything, especially these last couple days. The next project that I talked about is Dippies. Dippies is another unique art style with cool utility being festivals and merch. Also holding a Dippy will give access to the second launch, being the Vans. The Vans allow you to roam around the metaverse in style. The Vans are free for holders, 1 Van per Dippy, entry point is 0.3. So if we go to OpenSea and we search Dippies, we can see the collection right here. I called that at 0.3, right now it is at 0.33. During this past week, it went the whole way up to 0.5. So if you would have bought one when I first called it, if you were in my Discord and you sold it when it went up to 0.5, it would have been a nice point to gain. It is still up a little bit from the call, and I believe that this is another project that has room to grow. I don't know about investing into this one right now, just because we are so deep into the bear market, and these past 2 days, things have been going down a lot. So this is definitely another project worth looking into. The next project that I talked about was the Loser Club. The Loser Club is a project I researched and actually bought in during the pre-reveal at 0.18. I really like the concept, the art, and the team behind it. The artist is super dope and the art style really caught my eye. They say Loser Club is rooted in contrarianism, an investor who makes decisions that contradict prevailing wisdom, as in buying securities that are unpopular at the time. Typical degen plays, and this really spoke to me. It made me laugh. Reveal was 2 days ago, the price dropped to 0.1 and is now sitting at 0.26. So I call this at 0.26 during the past week. If we go and we look at Loser Club has done extremely well. I believe right now, Loser Club is around 0.4. If we look at the activity, the past couple days, it went the whole way up to 0.6 for a couple days, and there were a bunch selling for around 0.7, 0.8, 1 ETH, 1.2 ETH. So if you would have bought in at 0.26, you would have made a 3x gain, even a 2x gain. And right now it is still up from what I called it at. This is a project that I do believe also has room to grow during the next bull run. I feel like with the uniqueness of this project and the artists behind it, I feel like it could make some moves. Definitely keep an eye out on this. Don't invest into this one just quite yet. Just keep an eye out and see if the price keeps dropping. Maybe the price will drop to a point where you think that it would be a good point for you to invest into. The next project that I talked about was Blocks by Harv. Blocks by Harv is a project that I knew from the moment that I started watching it, I wanted to be a part of. The art style is absolutely dope with over 50 collabs from other artists, and the community is super tight knit. There is no utility as it's purely for the art, but that has not stopped people from buying. They have had collabs to get whitelist raffles for holders. They have room for whiskers coming up soon, or they have one for whiskers coming up soon. Sorry about that. I don't have my glasses on right now, so it's kind of hard for me to read. Mint price was 0.1 and the floor 2 weeks later is settling at 0.349. So if we go and we check out Blocks by Harv on OpenSea, let's see what it is sitting at. Blocks by Harv, it's a 1000 collection. And right now it is sitting at 0.35, just about where I called it at. Although over this past week, there were times when it went above 0.35. It went the whole way up to 0.5 at one point during this past week. And I even saw it at 0.6 for a little bit. So this is another project to also keep your eye on. I think that what the project is as a whole, art-wise, is really, really dope. I really mess with the art. I think that it's really, really cool. And this is another project that I feel like if more people knew about, it would do really, really well, and there would be a lot of volume put into it. Right now, there's only 249 volume. The floor is 0.35, but as it's being an only 1K collection, I feel like it makes it a unique art project that potentially could do really, really well in the future. This is definitely another project for you to keep your eye on. The next project that I talked about was Wonder Pals. I said that Wonder Pals is a very cute collection that has been making a lot of headways as of late. What makes me bullish on Wonder Pals is the community. I always see people talking about Wonder Pals on Twitter, and as of right now, I see them doing a lot of collabs with other projects. The website says that they have plans for future collabs collection, so it's worth keeping an eye out for. This project entry price is 0.5. So I actually haven't looked at Wonder Pals in a couple days. I'm curious myself to see how it's doing. So it's still sitting at about 0.35. During this past week, there was a couple of times where it did go up to 0.6, so that would have been a nice 0.1 gain if you would have bought in at 0.5 at the time. I do think that this project has a lot of room to grow during the next bull run, as it has a lot of volume traded and the owners to item ratio is very, very good. So this is another project that you'll definitely want to keep your eyes out for. I could see this project making major moves in the future. The next project that we're going to talk about is Three Landers. Three Landers is a project that is similar to Wonder Pals in the value being in the community and the art. I saw Three Landers about a week ago make a push up to 2 ETH, and then it dropped back down to 1.3. I have been surprised that the price has held there steadily the past few days, which makes me bullish on this project. As people don't mind the price drop, they are still holding, shows signs of a strong community. So I called this about a week ago at 1.3. Three Landers. Let's check it out, what it's at now. It is now at 1.62. During this past week, it did go up to 1.8, 1.9. I think it hit 2 at one point this past week after I called it. So if anybody would have invested into this, it would have been a really good project that you could have made some easy gains on. I still believe that this is a strong project. The price right now is pretty expensive to get into it right now. We are in a bear market and anything can happen to any project. I think this project might dip a little bit more before it goes back up, but definitely during the next bull run, I do believe that this is a project that will do really well and can potentially go up to maybe even 3 ETH, especially with how much volume has been traded. And the owners to items ratio is decently high. The reason being that it's only 5.5K to 10K items is because a lot of people still own 2. So that shows bullish signs of a community that people, even with the price dropping, people are still holding. So definitely keep an eye out on 3-landers. I think this is a good project that can do good in the next bull run. The next project that I wanted to talk about, or that I did talk about, is a seasoned vet that has been around for a while and has stood the test of time, being Kaiju Kings. Surprisingly not a blue chip project yet, I can totally see this project making big moves in the future. As of right now, recently announced they are coming out with a token for their new pay-to-earn games. Kaiju holders are able to lock up your Kaiju in the lab, and they have the ability to shed scales to be used in new kinds of experimentation. The mutants will have the ability to upload their DNA to create something beyond the monstrous forms that we see before ourselves now. Mutant collection coming in the future, entry price is at 1.4. So let's check out and see what Kaiju Kings is doing now. So Kaiju Kings, here we go. So here we got Kaiju Kings. The price is down below 1.4, what I had called it at the time. Let's see, the price recently had gone up, is that right? 2.8. The price was at 4.1. What the heck? See, I didn't even realize this. So I called this on the 8th of March, and today is the 17th. So yesterday, these were at 4 ETH. On the 12th, they were at, the average price was 4 ETH as well. That's kind of crazy. I'm not sure why the price has been fluctuating that much, but if this chart is correct, then people have been selling these like crazy. Interesting. I'm not sure why some of them are selling for so much and some of them are selling for a lot lower. Very interesting. I'll have to do more research, but this is definitely a project to keep your eye out on. I wonder if the ones that are selling more has something to do with the mutants that are coming out. I actually have no idea. This is definitely one of those projects that you're gonna want to do your research on for sure. I think this is a cool project. It's been around for a minute, and I think it definitely still has room to grow, especially with the mutants that they're coming out with. And the last project that I talked about, last but not least, we have the most expensive in the bunch, being Karafuru. I was bullish on Karafuru from the start. The team is solid, has the top artist, the top streetwear designer from Indonesia, along with the biggest toy museum in the world, Museum of Toys, all found in Karafuru. Karafuru is another project that underpromised and overdelivered. With 100 legendaries in the collection and solid art for the whole collection, the community has held strong. A huge collab was just announced with Hypebeast and Atmos for the 3D collection. Holding a Karafuru will automatically give you a whitelist for 3D Furu and the ability to get a toy in the future if you hold on to the 3D collection. The floor price right now is 2.15. Let's check out and see what Karafuru is sitting at. Karafuru. So right now, so I called it at 2.1. Right now it's at 2.6. It went the whole way up to 2.9, I believe, in the past week at one point. So this is another project that if you would have invested into, you could have made some decent gains. All of the projects this week that I talked about a week ago, all of them you could have made gains from, besides Starcatchers. Starcatchers is the only one that basically sat at 0.3 for a while and it has gone down in value since then. So with that being said, I'm getting more confident in the calls that I make. I'm getting more confident in the NFT space and understanding why projects do well. When I first came into the NFT market, I think that we were in a bear market. No, we were in a, I can't remember if we were in a bear market or a bull market, but this is my first time going from a bull run to a bear market and actually understanding the space and seeing the value in collections that are already out instead of just going for collections that have yet to mint, because there's a lot of gains that you can make with collections that are already out. If you know what to look for, if you understand the space and the trends and what people are investing into. A lot of these projects I've seen people talk a lot about on Twitter. I've also researched into all of these projects and understood what they were doing. I've looked into the community behind them. I looked into the founders and seeing what they've done in the past, and I've done my research for all of these projects. Any projects that you ever want to invest into that you want to do, maybe purchase, you definitely want to make sure that you do your own research, you understand why you're investing into these projects before you put your money into it. With that being said, I hope that you guys were able to learn something. Also, I'm not sure if I'm gonna make this Discord public. This is a private Discord that I have. I might make a public Discord for the community where I put alpha calls in there as well. Let me know what you guys think, if you guys think that I should make a Discord for you guys or not. That's all I got for you for today. My name is Purpale Slushy. Until next time, peace.